7 accomplices now accused of playing a role in the escape of 10 inmates from New Orleans. 1 week into the escape, 5 inmates remain on the run tonight, and a tactical unit arrested a man, Emmett Weber, in New Orleans East for allegedly helping some of those inmates. WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin is live with more now, breaking down the new details, Jasmine, about others who are accused of aiding and abetting.
Right, Sella. Police have been responding to tips all week long while searching for the 5 remaining escapees. Now, those tips did help them find the first 5 inmates, but they're also right now searching for people they believe assisted those escaped inmates.
I think, this has been a very long week. We do appreciate all of the tips that we've gotten.
1 week after 10 inmates ran out of the Orleans Justice Center, 5 have been captured and 5 others remain on the run. And while the search for the remaining inmates intensifies, law enforcement is cracking down on anyone accused of helping. These 7 people have been arrested in connection to the escaped inmates.
We are absolutely seeing tips that are naming individuals that may have helped. And obviously it's breaking the law at this instance.
In court Friday, bond was set at $1 million for Casey Smith, accused of helping at least 3 inmates. We also learned about a new family connection between the alleged accomplices. Court records show Casey Smith is the cousin of Courtney Harris, who is also accused of assisting inmates. Lawyers claim Harris and Smith were in a car together and got a call from one of the inmates. Harris is accused of driving 3 inmates around after their escape. Smith's lawyer says she has no connection to the inmates.
It's a difficult situation you're putting yourself in. And when you look at now these individuals who have been arrested and will serve time, most likely, that's a serious message that people out there who are in the situation now need to take heed.
And tonight, state police continue to stress that any family or friends assisting those 5 remaining inmates could also face charges. State police and the FBI say they will continue working tirelessly until they find the 5 remaining inmates. Reporting live in New Orleans, Jasmine Franklin, WDSU News.
Jasmine, thank you.
Yo, what up, my 1751 family? It's your boy, Mr. 1751. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. For those of you who already subscribe, I like to take my hat off to y'all, man. I thank y'all for y'all continuous support, man. It's my pleasure, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, let's get into it, man. What the hell is going on down there in the NO, man? What is going on down there in New Orleans, man? Come on, man, another break. I mean, they ain't even gathered, the remaining guys who's already escaped from the previous escape about a week ago. Now, this is getting more interesting by the day, man. Every day I'm waking up, man, since last week, man. Since they quit about the first 2 guys out of the 10 guys that escaped from that New Orleans County jail. Every day I'm waking up, man, after that, those first 2 guys was court. It seems like, they was giving press conferences and they was insinuating that there were multiple jailhouse staff that were, under scrutiny, man, and questionable. They were suspect and was suspected to have helped these guys escape. But I mean, goddamn, man, who would have ever thought, the whole goddamn staff, the whole staff was corrupt, as like I said, man, as the days go by, man, as the story unfolds, man, it's just more and more interesting, man. And you got the girl, Courtney Harris, and her cousin, what's her name, Cassie Smith. Now, Courtney Harris, she was, getting nailed by one of the inmates. I'm gonna say that because they're saying that she was in a relationship with one of the inmates. The oldest inmate of the 10. She was supposedly dating this guy, but those of you who know, man, a lot of times when there's a prison guard and they're dealing with an inmate getting some yams behind the walls, man, that is not a real relationship. You know, an inmate, man, especially a person that's facing serious time or has already been convicted of serious crimes, man. They you know, anybody who they can manipulate, man, it's just an opportunity. You know, and if you just happen to get caught up with one of these guys, man, and you think that everything is genuine, you know, that is you know, obviously your fault. You know, now maybe this girl was naive and you know, young and just dumb. You know, it was getting stroked. He probably was stroking her life out. You know, just you know, nailing it to the desk. You know, wherever he was nailing at. Yeah, he was laying it on her, man. But not only did she help this guy, you know, she assisted this guy in escaping, but she also, once they got on the other side of the wall, she also assisted them on the outside. You know, by giving these guys the most dangerous of the 10. She was riding around with 3 of these guys in her car, man, where she made stops like, you know, taking them to get a change of tire, man, you know, change of clothes, man. She took them to get fly, man. As you can see, one of the guys who they captured, he was fresh, man. He had you know, he had a nice clean outfit on, man. He wouldn't have got fly. You know what I mean? But she was driving around, man, with these guys in her car, man, and she was obviously manipulated, man, and I don't know what was going through her mind, man, thinking that she was going to be able to do all of this and just you know, get away scot-free. Now, her cousin, Cassie Smith, she was just arrested, right? And her attorney is stating that his client, you know, Cassie Smith, had no had no idea that her cousin, when she was in the car with her cousin, when her cousin picked these inmates up, you know, her lawyer, Cassie Smith's attorney, is claiming that his client is innocent. You know, she didn't know that you know, those guys that her cousin, you know, her cousin picked up in that car and was driving around while she was in the car with her. She had no idea that these guys were escapees, you know, supposed to be inmates, you know, dangerous individuals, man, on the loose. She's claiming, you know, her innocence. And as much as a lot of us, you know, we're already, you know, common sense, right? We're already, you know, convicting this woman, man, in a court of public opinion. But where it really matters is in a court of law, man, where they have to prove behind a prima facie case, man. You know, they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, man, that this woman actually knew that these guys, you know, were escapees. And that could be a challenging case, man, for the district attorney to, you know, to prosecute. Because although the district attorney is stating that there's no way that, you know, this woman didn't know that she was in a vehicle with her cousin and a bunch of inmate, you know, escapees, although she's stating that, the district attorney is saying that there's no way she couldn't have known, you know, because these guys' faces was plastered all over the news everywhere, you know. So it's going to be a challenge, man. It's going to be a challenge. If she got a good lawyer, man, she can actually spank out on that, you know. Now I'm not so sure about the rest of these individuals, man. These jailhouse staff, you know. Now the first guy, the plumber guy, who supposedly had was sent to that cell to turn the water off. He's claiming that he was just doing a job because he had some maintenance to do in that cell. right? So his lawyer, his attorney, is he also has an argument, where again, the district attorney, they have to prove behind a prima facie evidence, man. They have to prove behind a reasonable doubt, that what they're saying, holds up, against the charges that they're bringing forth, because prosecuting these cases, man, is not always easy, man. Of course, in the court of public opinion, man, we look at it with common sense and we say, goddamn well, man, this woman knew that those guys were escapees. Come on, man. She gonna play dumb? Yeah, I mean, but rightfully so. As she should. She should play dumb. I mean, what y'all expect her to do, man? Just confess, plead the fifth? I mean, that wouldn't be the smartest idea, right? But man, New Orleans, man, is having a bad 2 weeks, man. Now that escape was last week, man. And they've arrested. They got about six women already, man. It seems like the state of Louisiana, man, the county of New Orleans, man, the mayor, the DA, the prison. I mean, just the county officials, man. They're embarrassed, man. They're embarrassed that all this unfolded the way it did, man. For the just for everybody to see, all over plastered all over the news, man. These videos, these guys escaping, and they amongst each other, man. They're like, if it comes down to the come down, man, everybody, all the staff in that jail who was supposed to be supervising the jail at the time of the escape, all these people are gonna be brought up on charges, and that's what it seemed to be happening. That's what seemed to be happening, man. And another thing that looks crazy, man, is somewhere along the way, somebody's going to play the race card. Somebody's going to play the race card. Somebody's going to say, now, I'm going to say this early, what I believe. Somebody's going to say that the only reason why they're arresting the whole staff is because they were all, black folks. And all these inmates were black and I believe Spanish. One of the guys I think was Spanish. I'm not sure. But this is just a big mess. It's a big wildfire, man. Started out a bonfire, man, and now it's it's spreading, man. And if that wasn't enough, man, now we got another jailbreak in the same, in New Orleans. Within a week. Now this new jailhouse escape was assisted by another inmate. Now they doubling down, because this guy, this is not part of the 10 that escaped last week. This is a new guy, man. It's a single escapee, man. Another black male who was assisted by another black male inmate. And I don't have enough information on how that other inmate assisted him, in his escape as of now. I will be doing a follow-up, as it come across my desk as I review it, so that I'm not just putting things out there, man, misleading people, man. Yeah, man, you got another escape, within the last 48 hours, man. New Orleans, man, is looking bad. It's looking bad, man. It's just showing, how vulnerable the jail and the prison system is, and that's why they so hard on them upstate, man, and those state prisons. They so hard on them, man, because they understand, man, that when inmates are in these type of situations, man, they are at their lowest, man. They will manipulate anything, man. You always have to be, when you're dealing with an inmate, being a CO, correctional officer, you always have to think that they're manipulating you. You can never just have a genuine, I mean, you can conversate with them, you know, talk about the game, laugh and all that, but you always have to understand you got to keep your guard up because these people are on the opposite side of the fence and they will use anybody. And if they can use you, they will not miss to take a shot at using you, you know, to get what they want, man. You know, so, you know, this one here, man, New Orleans, man, you know, y'all, they looking bad out there. They looking bad out there, man. They got to get it together, man. Anyway, man, it's your boy, Mr. 1751, bring y'all another 1751 review. And until next time, y'all stay up. Hey, if you enjoy watching videos like these, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Help your boy get into the algorithm so that I can continue to bring you more videos just like the one you just watched. Anyway, until next time, y'all stay up.
We wanted to reassure the judge that what our priorities are, they haven't changed. They are to recover the individuals who are have not been recovered yet, make sure that public safety is being addressed, and address security and stability at the prison.